In this video we will see how to use conditions with the if-else statement in C++ language. Similar syntax is in many other languages. For example, in C# and in Java the syntax of the if-else statement is the same. In the table below you may see the operators that are used in conditions. To start the statement we write our first condition after the word if. Inside the brackets we write the code that we want to run if the condition is true. Then, we may continue to the rest of the program or to add more conditions. Another case is to check if a condition is true and it will run a part of code, but if it is false it will run something else. Another case is to check if a condition is true and it will run a part of code, but if it is false it will check another condition. If the other is true it will run something else. The last case is to check if a condition is true and it will run a part of code, but if it is false it will check another condition. If the other is true it will run something else. But, if the other is false as well, it will do something else. With the if by itself you may have as many conditions you want, but if possible you may use the else if to avoid extra checks. If you want to combine conditions in the same statement you may use the logical operators. Suppose that we need to know between two numbers which is bigger. We have the two numbers in the a and b variables. We will create the first condition to check if a is bigger than b. Then if they are equal numbers. If these conditions are false, then the last part of code will run. Let's see how it works. If the first condition is false, checks the next. If the next is false, it will go to the else part. Also, if the code inside brackets consists of only one command the brackets may be removed. Let's see an exercise that asks us to create a calculator. First, the user should input the two numbers and then the operator. Then, we will create all of the conditions. In every condition, the result should be displayed. If the operator is wrong it will output specific message. Let's see how it works.